got something to say. Woo-hoo! I don't know where you are in the world, but in the suburbs of Philly, it feels like summer. But I'm not complaining. I was out watching my little flowers grow. It was so cool. I won't plant. I know for me, calm down, Weston. Wait until Mother's Day. That's my rule because you never know when a frost is going to come. But I love it. I love it. Okay, so I love first. You know how much I love first. And I don't think we have ever, gosh, I don't want to say ever, but it's been a long time since we have had a fitness instructor, trainer, anybody in the fitness field on this show. What? I know, crazy. But today, my buddy, my pal, Tanya Stroh is coming on. That's right. And when I asked my peeps beforehand, did you have questions for her? Hoochie mama, there were so many questions for Tanya. We really love being in shape or getting in shape, or maybe we're even just confused a little bit about what to do. And I got a lot of questions from women, I'm going to say over 35, who said, you know, it's not quite as easy as it used to be. So when we get into that, hopefully Tanya will be able to debunk a little bit of the Mythbusters. I see she's coming in now. I see that she has joined me. She waved for me. I'm waiting for her to request in. But you know how it goes, peeps. Is for some reason, the internet gods do not let Tanya come in. Hold on. I will go back out and bring her back in. Because it happens now and then. Matter of fact, I see one of my, not guests yet, but one of my future guests. Roxy's in the house. Woohoo! Hi, Roxy. She waved hello. All right, Tanya. So there usually is a button that pops up. And guess what? It just did. Who knows why it took that long? Or lipstick or something. I don't know. But she's coming in. I met her actually at a networking event. Susie's lunch. There, I was getting nervous. Hey,
Sandy. Thank you so much for having me on your show. This is wonderful.
Well, when I was telling him how I met you at Susie's networking lunch, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I've ever had a fitness person on this live show. So I got to bring Tanya on. Can you believe that?
No, fitness and healthy living is so important. You're all
and
about that.
What I do for a living, it's just so weird. Maybe I had somebody on, but it was a while.
That's all right.
All right, so before...
I'm on now.
Yeah, you're on now. So you're here to answer all the questions and, you know, have some Mythbusters. But before we get into that, I want to tell them a little bit about you. Cool beans?
Super. Thank you.
All right. So Tanya is the host of My Fitness RX, a nationally syndicated healthy living television show, and is a practicing trainer and healthy living coach with over 20 years of experience helping a diverse range of clients achieve their unique fitness goals.
Absolutely. Yep.
Her
personal
philosophy, yeah, that's what you want to do, baby. Her personal philosophy has always been that one must combine fitness with a healthy diet and an active lifestyle in order to achieve the best results. All right, we're going to get right into it, Tanya, because we got a lot of questions even before you came on the show. Are you ready for it?
I am.
Okay. So they're very confused. You know, one person says one thing, another person says another thing, and they're all experts, and they all mean well, and we love them. But the women who are over, let's go with 35, maybe a little older, they just feel as if it's not as easy as it used to be. That they could just...
It's not.
Okay, because they're wondering, I used to just you know, cut back after a weekend of hooping it up. I'll be back in business. Now what? And is it just their brain playing tricks, or is this reality? Go for it, Tanya.
No, it's not, because Sandy, believe it or not, once we hit 30, we can lose 3 to 8% of our muscle mass every decade. So 30, 40, 50. So I'm in my 50s, closer to 60. That could be up to 24% of lost muscle mass if I didn't work out. That's why it becomes harder, because your body's working against you. You're losing the muscle mass. But the good news is, doesn't matter where you are, you can still get fit and get healthy.
Okay. That's discouraging, but happy. Bad. Yeah, yeah.
It's the truth. We got to face
Why
the
did they make us that way? Like, why they? I want to cover all ground. Losing that much muscle mass? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
All right, so do we have to work out longer to achieve the results we want as we get older because we're fighting?
No, absolutely not. There's this whole new, it's called the NEAT effect, N-E-A-T, and it stands for, there's all kinds of big words, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And all that means is it's more about the activity that we do throughout the day and not just when we're working out. So everything adds up. Now, I'm standing up because I just like to stand up. I'm antsy, whatever. If you're sitting down, you sitting down?
Yes.
Well, guess what? I'm burning 40% more calories than you are, simply by standing up.
Yes.
And it's really all about the little things that we can do to add to our workouts in the gym and add to our structured fitness. Standing or sitting is becoming the new smoking. Literally, experts are now telling us that they want us to stand up every 20 minutes and, move around for a little bit. So it's about moving throughout your day. I love to help my clients do things like park in the back of the parking lot, walk. If you're shopping at a strip mall, park in the middle, plan your trip and just walk as much as you can, avoid drive-throughs. One of my favorite tricks for everyone that's in corporate situation, use the bathroom on another floor.
Yeah.
So you have to go up the steps.
Yeah.
So the more we can move, the more calories we're going to burn throughout our day.
And you know what? I feel it. And by the way, I'm like you. I do stand up for a lot of my talks unless I have to do a lot of writing. And then for some reason, I don't feel comfortable on the standing desk. But I get a break between every call, every client, whatever I'm doing, to get up and run around.
Yeah.
And I purposely, because it makes me feel better, forget even the calories. I have to dance around just to get things moving. But I purposely will make sure that I have to go up and down the steps, which we have 3 floors, and only take one thing up as part of my routine. Yeah. So when people say to me,
idea. I love that.
no, I do it, and my washer and dryer is in the basement on purpose. But here's the deal, and I couldn't figure out because it was actually easier for me to keep my weight off as I got older, and I'm not working out as long in the gym, although I do crush it. And I was thinking, I don't get it. I'm in and out of the gym sometimes in 30 minutes.
Or you're using the proper protocol.
I move all the time. I'm in my yard, out my yard, upstairs, downstairs. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like only those days I only get 30 minutes in. Right. That's what I'm doing.
Right, exactly. And that's the cool thing of the NEAT effect. So it's really focusing on what you're doing. Another one I like, well, not that we watch network TV anymore, but when there used to be commercials, we like stand up, do squats, do crunches, do jumping jacks. But the more that you can move just like that, the better. Yeah.
So the questions are coming in, so I want to get to some of them. And one of them we had already talked about was the 3 to 8% muscle mass every decade. They want to know once you turn 30. Is that everyone, or is it just an estimate? Are there some people that doesn't happen to?
Well, that's the average, and that's based on if you don't really do anything to improve your muscle mass.
Oh,
So
snap a rib. Okay.
so if you strength train, if you build your muscle mass, if you go to the gym, if you work out, then that's going to improve and not necessarily happen.
Okay. So the next young lady wants to know.
Absolutely, absolutely. You work out and you're not going to lose 8% muscle mass.
Hallelujah. Okay.
Sorry for that confusion.
But, but, do you think this young lady wants to know, when I say young lady, she's 55, she says,
Okay.
can she not get Hadassah arms? Do you know what Hadassah arms are? Hadassah arms is the underneath,
the jiggle jaggle.
Yeah, the jiggle jack.
You can work on that with the exercises that you do. I can't get rid of skin. I can only build muscle mass. Skin's got to come off a different way.
I do have somebody I know
I do too.
And it worked, by the way. It did. Because she was working out really hard, but the skin. Anywho, okay. So now let's get back to the no pain, no gain.
Yes. No, that's so not true. That is so not true. I like to say, I like to be a little starchy. I like to, feel it a little bit, but I certainly don't want to not be able to move. Ladies, that's not what we want. We want to get the results. We want to get them safely and effectively, and we don't want to need to be taking Advil after we work out.
I was just talking about this with one of my friends. When I took classes, it's like a party, and you may not even know how hard you're working out because I'm all about the entertaining factor. But there were people that didn't like that. They wanted to feel like they were crawling out on their knees, or it wasn't a good workout.
Absolutely. And you know what? If that's what they want, then that's fine. But I'm saying if that's what you don't want, don't worry about it. You are still getting the benefit. You don't need to feel that way, unless, of course, you want to. And
I like that.
But you know what? Some of my clients do. I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, I don't want shouting text from you tomorrow. They're like, yes, please.
Yeah, I get it. All right. I have to. I don't want to, but I got to bring it up because we're getting so many questions about this. Please, oh, please, Tanya, I don't want to give up my wine. What does she think about that?
No food in and of itself is good or bad. So it's moderation. Wine's okay if you choose to drink your wine, but then you've got to be careful in another part of your food choices. I always like to use the 80-20 rule. 80% is good and healthy, 20% not so much so. And I like that better because it's not structured. It's easier. Okay, so I've had this. I did good at breakfast. I did good at lunch. I didn't have, sugary, sweet, carby snacks. So, you know what? I can enjoy my glass of wine. Or, you know what? I'm just going to have a cheat day on the weekend and enjoy my wine. Or, whatever bevy you want.
I find, and I'm a lightweight, so keep that in mind. But if I have a glass or two of wine, I might not make the best choices after the glass or two of wine.
Exactly. And that does present a problem. So when you're choosing to have that wine, you have to keep that in mind as well. Another good way to kind of combat that is have your glass of wine, have a glass of water. Have a glass of wine, have a glass of water. Yeah.
I usually do that. I'll have a sparkly thing. So I'll have wine, sparkling thing, whatever. But still in me, I know me. Yeah. The snacks, and I'm not a big snacker, but if I've had 2 glasses of wine.
Then you're going to have this vicious circle.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got to know yourself. All right. So as far as the 80-20 rule then, that's good for maintaining. But what if you want to lose weight?
Then you really need to count your calories and structure your meal plan so that you're in a calorie deficit. So you want to obviously burn more calories throughout the day with your exercise, with your need effect, and then with your diet so that you can lose the pounds. Losing weight is really calories in, calories out, and energy expenditure. So I always recommend women do not go below 1,200 calories because you need energy. You know, carbs are good. There's good carbs. Carbs are important because they're our energy sources. Protein is important in weight loss. Fruits and vegetables are important in weight loss. So you've got to choose your goal, work on your calories, work on your exercises, make a commitment, and then you can do it.
I love food, you know, Tanya, I really do. But when I eat, I think I'm very fortunate in that it's a whole process. Like I have to have it set up right. I want my napkin a certain way. I like it to be colorful. Like I don't like eating on the go. I can't eat standing up.
That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. I often recommend that you sit down and eat. And this is so funny story. I had one lady, she goes, I did. I sat down at my table and I brought all my work to my table and I just kept eating. I'm like, that's not what I meant. But that aside, yeah, sit down, focus on eating.
Yeah.
That way you're not just
and it has to be, everyone has to be served, and I have to be in the right. I think that's why I don't overeat, and I'm the slowest eater. Like you would probably go to lunch with me and start eating my food because I eat. But that's a benefit, you know, because I don't want to just eat. All right, here we go. A lot of people trying all these different types of diets. Do you believe in any? Do you recommend? They know what I feel about it, but what about you, Tanya?
No. What are the first three letters in the word diet? D-I-E. So you're going to
I know you I'm like, what is she talking about? You know?
No, I don't believe in diet. I believe in healthy eating throughout the day. If you want to have some chocolate, if you want to have a sweet, that's fine. Moderation and limit it. It's that simple. Good food is not good and it's not bad, but you've got to make the better choices. Fruits and vegetables, proteins, good carbohydrates. Nothing in boxes, nothing on the labels that you can't pronounce. If it has more than 5, I know these are just all my silly little trick. If it has more than 5 ingredients in it, it's probably not good for you. You know, eat like your grandmom did.
Grandma, I don't know. Grandma.
Or great-grandma. Great-grandma, out of the field.
Great-grandma. She cooked with lard.
Oh, no, not that grandma. Other grandma.
All right, so we're all good there. What about the workouts? Do you give everyone individual workouts? Do you recommend different things for different people? Is there any systems that you really like? You like this systems?
Absolutely. Everybody's individual, so their workouts need to be individualized. They need to be based on their fitness goals and their fitness needs, their fitness levels, their stability and mobility issues, their likes and dislikes, even that. And yes, I do have that. I have a system. It's really, it's what I like to call sequential progression. And it takes you through very distinct movement patterns so that I know you can move well and the right way before we increase the load and increase the weight, so that you are getting the benefit. Whether you can have this much range of motion, that's fine. We're going to work in that range of motion until we can do corrective exercises to get you to the full range of motion.
I love you, Tanya. I love that, because I see so many people, and I know they're doing their best, but they want to do an exercise like their friend does or their kid does, and their lunges and their squats and their push-ups, and I'm thinking, don't look, don't look, don't look.
I know. And the guy doing the bicep curl like this with his back. No, you're gonna be in the hospital tomorrow.
Yeah. My favorite thing is pull downs. But I get it. You know, you don't know until you know. So I want to go over a little bit about you.
Okay.
And a couple things I did not notice. It says, after overcoming a serious water skiing accident and surviving cancer, she has not only expanded her empathy, but also her understanding of the human body and spirit, and understanding which she enthusiastically brings to her work. Okay, let's talk about the first thing, the water skiing accident. When did that happen?
I was in my late 20s, and I was slalom skiing. I was outside the wake, and it was a beautiful, calm day. And all of a sudden, my ski just went straight up in the air. I had no idea what happened. I mean, I was an avid water skier since I was a young child. So I fell, you know, and I was a little wobbly. They pulled me out, and it was so nice. I wanted to go again, but my knee was just like swollen. Went to the hospital, and what happened was my femur, my thigh bone had crushed my tibia. Literally, it went down and it crushed it about that far down. And what they think happened was I hit either a sunken crab pot, because we were in the Chesapeake Bay, or a big dead carp that was still submerged, and it just stopped my ski straight up in the air. Surgery was brutal. I was on crutches for 6 months. The doctor said I would most likely walk with a limp because, you know, I wasn't strong enough to work hard enough to get back. And again, I don't know if you can see this, but I can touch my heel to my butt because of the work that I put in. So I know the difficulty and the hard work it takes to overcome an injury.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and you know, I always say, be careful who your experts are, right? I want to be around people, you know, that dream big and look beyond what's right in front of them. Because if I would have listened to a lot of people of what I was capable to do with this body, because of a lot of wacky things I was born with, I wouldn't be doing half what I'm doing today.
Exactly. I still do squat jumps and lunge jumps and play volleyball.
All right, now let's get to the next thing. Is this something more recent? Surviving cancer.
Yes, I'm just about, in fact, like in a couple weeks, I have my scans to hopefully be cancer-free for my first year.
Yay! Woo!
Yeah. And again, what's really interesting about that is it opened, as bad as it was, I went through chemo and, you know, surgery. It was colon cancer. So, you know, half of my colon is gone, blah, blah, blah. But what that led me to do, and I don't know, it was just like these cosmic vibes or something in my email. Is you can do specialty certifications. Oh, well, let me look. Cancer exercise specialty. When I was going through my chemo, I literally went back to school and did this online class, 4 modules. Oh my goodness. So I'm now cancer exercise certified as well. So there's the silver lining in that cloud as well.
So I bet you help a lot of people that you never would have reached out to before, or they would have never reached out to you.
Absolutely. And really, my thought process, once I, you know, got my head cleared and really understood a lot more of what happened, as, you know, I'm sure you would want to, like, all right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to work out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I did everything wrong when I was going through the surgery and the chemo. So I don't want anyone to do that. You know, and I want to help them through the mental aspect of it as well, which was really difficult. Yeah.
Good, Tanya, good for you. I'm so happy that you know, are able to turn that story and say, look at the silver lining. Look what I'm able to do, and now I can help others not go through what I went through. Blessings. Okay, we're going to lighten it up a little bit here, and this is a question that we got asked 5 times.
Oh, no.
What does she think about intermittent fasting? A few of these people said, I hate eating breakfast anyhow. Other people said, but I love eating breakfast. Thoughts?
It's okay. So here's a couple thoughts. It's definitely a personal thing. I've read articles where studies have shown that as you get older, it's not as good for you because you need the nutrients throughout the day. My feeling is it's kind of what we do anyway. You know, if dinner is your last meal, you have dinner at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, you get up at 6 or 7 in the morning, you have breakfast in an hour or two, there's your intermittent fasting. So it's kind of what we'd always done, and now we're just kind of adding a couple more hours to it and making it an important part of dieting.
So don't have midnight snacks or 2
Don't
a.m.
have-
runs.
No, that was never, ever a good idea. Dinner's the last time that you eat.
I do have a client that she sleepwalks and eats at least only once a month.
Oh,
And she
okay.
and it's only once a month, and she doesn't remember doing it. So her husband filmed her. Is that funny?
What'd she eat?
Whatever's in the
Whatever's in the
refrigerator did not. It could be. It wasn't like, oh, she's just making an excuse. I know what you're saying, eat chocolate cake or Oreo cookies. It was whatever was in the first shelf. So it could be grapes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh my
Or
gosh,
it could be
that's
steak. It was
hysterical.
whatever was there. So now she makes sure it's a healthy.
That's right.
I think that's so funny. All right, Tanya, what do you do for your own fitness routine? What are you up to nowadays?
Well, I strength train. It depends on the week. It depends how busy I am. So I try to do a full body routine 3 days a week. I have a little Bichon. I have a little dog, so I walk. I get steps in every day. We do leash walks with the dog. But when I know it's going to be a busy week, I plan my workouts in my calendar. Literally, I'm like, okay, well, I have this much amount of time, so I can do body part splits if I need to. But I get the full body in, whether it's body part splits or 3 days a week. And then my cardio.
But keep in mind what you're doing also. I mean, people, as a trainer, even though it's not your workout, you're standing, you're moving. I remember that. Like, you're picking up people's, you're
demoing, you know.
Yeah.
I demo. And the thing is, I used to always do on this side. This is my strong side. So now I'm like, okay, no, I need to demo with this arm more. So yeah, I mean, that factors into it, which that's fortunate for my job.
Yeah, you're moving and walking around and picking up weights and helping people, even though it's not per se your work. Tanya, I'm so glad we had a trainer on. Woo!
No, thank you, Sandy. This was wonderful.
All right, how can, before we go, you've answered some of the questions. People, hold on there. We're going to find out how you can find Tanya. But in addition to that, if you didn't see this from the beginning, or you would love to share it, which we would love for you to do and rate it.
Yeah.
It means so much to Tanya and I. When I get done this, just so you know, I'll record it, and then we'll put it on all platforms. So it'll be on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. So anybody that wants to watch it from the beginning, there's so many pearls of wisdom. I knew that I would agree with every single one of your philosophy points just from meeting you. I knew it.
That means so much, because you've been such an influence in the fitness industry in the Philadelphia area for so long, Sandy.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I've always been the person that, well, I'm not sure that you just want to focus in on that specific eating, I call it eating plan, or only if I don't do this hot new workout system, I won't lose weight. And you know what, Tanya? It still cracks me up to the day. I just have to say this before we go. We got a minute. Highly educated woman. I mean, like, world-renowned lawyer, this woman is. And she's got to be in her late 50s. And she decided to join this program online that was a few $1,000s, and it was yoga-based. Nothing against yoga. I love yoga. But she did it specifically because she wanted her butt to look like that.
And if that's not her body type, her butt's not going to look like that.
I'm like, but when I say she should, like, it's not like she doesn't know logically that this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But in her mind, we can get fooled. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's a smart cookie. But we often fall prey to social media or pictures going, oh, I can get that if I do this. And I'm like, in what world? I mean, she's not even built slightly. Like, I didn't know why she was sending me that butt. I'm like, it's a nice butt. But and nothing against yoga. Nothing against it. You know what I mean? Because I love it. But it doesn't mean your butt's going to look like that. Especially that girl's butt was 24 years old. She's 55. Maybe. A little bit of lift. I don't know. So it's always good to keep it real. All right, Tanya, how can they find you?
They can send me a DM on Instagram, Tanya_Stroh. And same thing, direct message on Facebook, Tanya Stroh. I have a Facebook group, Tanya Stroh Training Solutions. We're kind of doing a fun challenge right now, running up and down the steps and timing our results.
So do you do virtual trainings or in-person trainings? How does it work?
I do both. Virtually, FaceTime, Zoom. I do personal training one-on-one at my home gym or at my clients' gyms. And then in the Philadelphia area, I'm also part-time at a big gym around here.
All right, so just to let them know, you're in the Philadelphia area
Yes.
in case they wanted to reach out and come to you personally.
Yes, King of Prussia area. King of Prussia, Wayne, Ardmore-ish area. That's my location.
All right, Tanya was in the house, and she had something to say, so spread the word. Thank you so much, Tanya, and you know what I'm going to say. Until next time. Toodles.
Toodles.
Bye, Tanya.
Bye-bye.
And it will sign us out.